Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Braaksma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. And today is Monday, November 15th. And I am here again for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. And this Monday is a little different because I was inspired by I think it's a membership that I joined recently. And I'll share a little bit more about that at the end of this video because I just want to get started with the cards. But the inspiration basically was making, I think it was 6 cards with 2 sets with like designer papers, right? And so what I decided to do was you had to like pick 3 different designs. So what I decided to do was pick 3 sets of 3 different designs, and it's using 6x6 paper. So I wanted to use the Evergreen designer series paper, and so I'm going to show you what I did is and the designs that I picked. So it's the first set that I did, and I was able to get 18 cards with the way I did it. And I think the inspiration that I'll share with you at the end of the video was getting 6 cards. But I went ahead and just took the 12x12 paper and I cut it down to 2 6x6s. So that's why I was left with this. But these are the first 3 designs that, well, actually, I think it was this, yeah, it was these 3. These 3 were the ones that I thought complemented each other very well. So this was the first set that I picked. And then I went ahead and on the back side of this one, I picked these 3 because I thought they complemented each other really nicely. And then for the last set of 3, I used the back side of this again, and I picked these 3. So I think these complement each other really nicely, and I was excited because I wanted to use this paper in this week's episode. So I went through the process a little bit, but I think what I share with you at the end will make it clear why it didn't go in such detail. So what you'll see now is kind of me in a fast motion going through, putting my first step in, and then there's a section that talks a little bit more about how I finished off the card. And then at the end, I will show you all 18 cards and where the inspiration came from and how you can get that information. So if you wanted to make this card as well. So let's get started with today's cards. okay, for this step, I just kind of wanted to show you what I did after I assembled all the designer series papers and everything on each of these cards. So what I did was there is the sentiment that I'm using is from the Celebrate Sunflowers, because I am using the um, die cuts that complement this Eden's Garden paper, and this is the Eden dies, and so I wanted to use these dies. So basically I am using this die and then the little leaves that come in it. And so what I've done is I've die cut these, and I've die cut the small leaves in each of the two different colors, the soft succulent and evening evergreen. And then in this set was a die that I really liked. It's kind of like this, but it's a double one. Let me show it to you here. So it's this one right here, and I really liked it, so I went ahead and used it to die cut out these little white sprigs that I've attached on all these. Now I'm just going to attach it to this one and show you the rest of the process. But the reason why I chose this for the sentiment, because I really liked the way it fit on this die, and the ones that come in the Eden's Garden, which is this set. I mean, I suppose Hello There would have worked nicely on there, but I wanted to make these cards for my customers who have purchased from me in October and November, because I wanted to send them this card so that they could have a nice card as a thank you from me for their purchases. So let's go ahead and get this little section done. So all I did was I took my liquid glue and I added some little dots on the back of this sprig, and we're just going to add this to the card, and then I'll show you how I assembled the rest. So I just took this and I'm going to just kind of place it off to the side here, and I just really like adding white to my cards. So then I took one of these and one each color of this, and then I decided, so like on this one, I'll probably want the soft succulent on the actual panel and this hanging off there. So once I know which side I want these leaves on, then I went ahead and kind of laid them right behind here, like where I want them. So just, a general area. And then I turned it over and left it like that. And I took one of the dimensionals, one of our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to go ahead and actually, I think I'm going to do this differently, because when I did that other one, I didn't really like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dimensional on here, right where I want it to go. Then I'm going to take my two leaves. I think this will be a better way to do this. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that dimensional to adhere them to the card. Then that way, when I go to put this on, I know that it's, that dimensional is sitting on top of this layer, because if I would have put the dimensional here, it would have been lower than this, because this is like several layers built up here. So I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals, two more to this side, because it's going to be heading off on this direction. And I want to make sure that this is adhered nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there, and then I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I want this. on my card and plop that down. And using those dimensionals helps to, and if I notice that it's kind of bent down there a little bit because I didn't put the dimensionals close enough, but I kind of like that because it kind of gives it that, you know, suede, like flowing in the wind look. So there's that. And then finally I was able to get the new garden gems that complement this suite. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can tell, but these are just gorgeous. And there's one that's kind of like a teardrop, and then here's like a iridescent larger one, and then a smaller one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my take your pick tool, and on this kind of teardrop looking one, I'm going to go ahead and I kind of like to put it right, I don't know if you can see that there's that leaf right there, and it's shaped just like this gem. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right there inside that one leaf. I thought that would be really cool. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'm going to put that one there, and then I'm going to take one of each of the others and just place them anywhere on the card. Like, I don't know if I want it on this paper. I mean, I could. Let's go ahead and try it. But you can place it anywhere on the card, wherever you think would look best. And then I'm going to take another one, and I think I'll just put it off maybe there, so we have one on that other designer paper. So it's just a matter of where you want to place your gems, or if you even want to add them. So now I am going to continue to assemble the rest of these cards so that I can come back and show them all to you in the end. So be back in a minute. Okay, I am back, and I want to show you the 18 cards that I made using the designer series paper that I picked. And I was inspired by it's called Call Me Crafty Owl. Each month she puts out a template with all the cutting instructions and design to make a sheet load of cards. And so this one that I'm working on today was for the for this month's sheet load of cards. And I love her stuff because I love to use my designer series paper. Even though I'm a paper hoarder, and I've come to realize that I got to start using these papers. Otherwise, I'm going to need to get a bigger house to store all these papers. So I love her stuff because she shows you how to make several cards at once. And in this month's template, like I said earlier, she had you do 3 sets of designer series paper that complement each other. So then in the end, you would get a total of 6 cards. But I needed a lot more cards because I wanted to make these cards for my customers who have purchased from me in October and November. And I thought these would be a great card to use for that. So I went ahead and kind of doubled my designs, so I'm going to show you them now. And like earlier I showed you, so this was the first design that I picked, and let me show you the cards. And what's cool about it is they're all going to be different, right? Because like this has, you know, these two have the same background, but the panels are different and these panels are different. And that's what I like about it. I like the way you can mix and match it. So it was those two and then these two. Try to get in the camera there for you. And then these two. And I just think it's really cool how you can get so many cards and just, you know, still have a different look. So then the next set that I picked was the next 3 designs were these 3 right here. And let me get those cards to show you. So here's 2 of them here. And these 2. And then these 2. Okay. So that takes care of that. And then the last set that I picked to complement each other, let me find that other one. So it would be this one. So it'd be these 3 right here. Is what I picked. And let me show you those cards. So here they are. And those gems just are gorgeous. And those 2. And these last 2. So there you go. I think this was such a great inspiration from Call Me Crafty Owl. And I will go ahead and link in the description the video that shows this month's how to do this month's sheet load. And she does provide the template, and she explains all that in her video on how you can get the template. And you don't have to be a channel member like I have. I've joined because I wanted some of the other perks that she has to offer. But you can just, you know, you can just get her templates and her measurements and all that. And she'll explain that to you in detail on how you can get that when in that video that I'm going to share. So I think that's it. One thing I wanted to share also is being part of her membership. I was able to join in on some fun that she was offering in a giveaway. And I was so excited because I won this weekend. I won the $50 gift certificate for Tailored Expressions that she was offering by one of her giveaway games that she had going on. So I was really excited about that. So I think I made a great decision to be a part of the Call Me Crafty Owl membership. So I hope you enjoyed today and these cards, and that you will be inspired as well. And again, I will put that link of that video in the description below. So you all have a great weekend, and I am going to probably put a video out tomorrow about a Stampin' Up sale that's happening. So I want to give you a little bit of details on that. But I put it out there on email and social media. But I want to probably make a quick video tomorrow just giving you a little bit of detail about that. So anyway, have a great rest of your day and have a great week, everyone. And we will see you all again next Monday for my next episode of MoJOY Monday. See you later. Bye.